Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Everyone thinks that Sharon killed Heather. Everyone watching The Young and the Restless and even Sharon herself thinks so. But did she? Don't be too sure of that. You'll recall that in Heather's last episode, her last episode alive. Anyway, Sharon pushed her, she fell, and the next thing we knew, Sharon was waking up and Cameron was telling her that she needed to deal with the situation. So somewhere in there, Sharon passed out, which gave someone else the opportunity to sneak in and finish the job. The question is, who? As well liked as Heather was by her fellow Genoa City residents, it seems unlikely that the perp is someone that we know. Lily might have been mad that Heather stole Daniel away, but she wasn't homicidally mad, and Lily took enough heat just for killing Daniel and Heather's careers. Our hunch is that the culprit will turn out to be someone Heather represented in court who wasn't necessarily satisfied with the defense that she mounted. Although it would be a lot more fun if bold and beautiful baddie Sheila had made a quick trip to Genoa City to kill Lucy's mom in hopes of making the team curious about her biological mother, Sheila's late daughter, Daisy. In Sheila's warped mind, this would set up Lucy to seek her out to establish some sort of family tie with her reformed grandmother. Only later would Lucy realize that Sheila is as rotten and irredeemable as everybody told her she is. The Young and the Restless, Y and R, the iconic soap opera that has graced television screens for over 50 years, is famous for its dramatic twists, intricate storylines, and jaw-dropping revelations. Among the many story arcs that have captivated fans over the years, the mysterious death of Heather Williams stands out as one of the most puzzling and suspense-filled. The question on everyone's lips for months, even years, was, who really killed Heather Williams? As with any good soap opera, the murder mystery surrounding Heather's death unfolded like a web, involving multiple suspects, hidden motives, and red herrings that kept viewers guessing. But in true Y and R fashion, the ultimate answer was more complicated than anyone could have anticipated. Let's break down the investigation, the suspects, and ultimately, the shocking truth. Heather Williams was introduced to The Young and the Restless in 2007, portrayed by the talented actress Eden Regal. Heather was a smart, ambitious, and strong-willed attorney who quickly became a central figure in Genoa City's legal world. Over time, Heather's character grew close to several key players, including the infamous and wealthy businessman Victor Newman and Adam Newman, the black sheep of the Newman family. She also had romantic entanglements that tied her to other Genoa City residents. However, Heather's career was not without its controversies. As a legal professional, she often found herself caught up in the morally ambiguous dealings of the town's elite, which made her both an ally and a target to many. Despite her relatively steady path, Heather's story took a dark turn when she became embroiled in a high-stakes murder mystery, one that would ultimately lead to her own untimely death. Heather's death occurred amidst a flurry of dramatic events that had fans on the edge of their seats. Her demise was not a simple case of accidental death or natural causes. It was carefully crafted as a murder mystery, and one that would alter the course of several characters' lives. At the heart of Heather's death was her involvement in the case surrounding the murder of another Genoa City resident, the infamous and scheming Adam Newman. Adam had been a character in The Young and the Restless since 2008, and his relationship with Heather was a key point of contention. Throughout the years, Adam had committed various morally dubious acts, including the deaths of people close to him. As Heather got closer to Adam during their work together, she became more and more entangled in the web of deceit, manipulation, and darkness that surrounded him. Heather's decision to testify against Adam and her quest for justice put her at odds with several powerful figures in Genoa City. At this point, Adam was seen as a prime suspect in Heather's death, and many fans were convinced that his complex relationship with her would lead to a deadly outcome. But as the investigation into Heather's murder unfolded, it became clear that there was more to the story. As the storyline developed, several characters emerged as possible suspects in Heather's murder. Let's take a look at the most prominent ones. Adam had a long history of being involved in shady dealings, including some that were directly connected to Heather. In fact, their relationship had been fraught with tension, both professional and personal. Adam's dark past, including the many people he had hurt and even killed, made him a natural suspect. Moreover, Adam's history of manipulating and harming others made him seem like the perfect villain in a murder mystery plot. However, While he had many reasons to want Heather out of the picture, including her pursuit of justice against him, Adam's complicated feelings toward her, along with his own twisted moral code, raised doubts. Did Adam kill Heather in a fit of rage or out of self-preservation, or was there another explanation? Victor Newman, the patriarch of the Newman family, is one of Genoa City's most powerful and ruthless figures. While he was not directly involved with Heather romantically or professionally, his influence loomed large over the entire town, and he had a complicated relationship with Heather. She had worked for him in the past, and her legal expertise had both helped and hindered his empire. Given Victor's history of using any means necessary to protect his family and business interests, he was naturally suspected of being behind Heather's death. Could he have ordered the hit to protect his son Adam, or was Heather's pursuit of justice against Adam just too much for the Newman patriarch to ignore? Jack Abbott, another central figure in Genoa City, is known for his often manipulative tactics and his personal vendettas. While Jack did not have as direct a connection to Heather as Adam or Victor, his own interests and ambitions made him a prime suspect. Jack's rivalry with Victor and his desire to advance his own business and personal goals made him someone who might resort to drastic measures. At one point, it appeared that Jack had the most to gain from Heather's death, especially if she was getting too close to unraveling his business secrets or interfering with his plans. But as the investigation progressed, Jack's involvement became less clear. Nikki Newman, Victor's ex-wife and mother to his children, had a history of being involved in various dramatic incidents. Though she had no direct connection to Heather professionally, Nikki's volatile emotions and her protective instinct toward her family made her a suspect. Could Nikki have been driven to kill Heather out of jealousy or a desire to protect her loved ones? While the primary focus of the investigation was on the residents of Genoa City, Heather's family was also scrutinized. As with many soap operas, the concept of family loyalty and betrayal is a central theme. Could a member of Heather's family have played a role in her death? And if so, why? In the end, the true killer of Heather Williams was a shocking twist that no one could have predicted: Sharon Newman. Sharon, who had long been a central character on The Young and the Restless, was known for her complex emotional struggles and her relationships with several key characters, including Mick Newman, Jack Abbott, and Victor Newman. Her history of mental health issues, including bipolar disorder, and her tumultuous past made her an unlikely candidate as a murderer. But the reveal was shocking for viewers who had not seen it coming. Sharon had been involved in a series of emotionally charged moments leading up to Heather's death. In a moment of deep personal crisis, driven by a combination of her emotional instability and a perceived threat from Heather, Sharon lashed out. In her fragile state, she saw Heather as an obstacle, someone who could potentially destroy her fragile relationships with the Newman family. Sharon's guilt and remorse after the murder were palpable, but the damage had already been done. Heather's death sent ripples through the entire town of Genoa City, leaving Sharon to wrestle with her conscience and the consequences of her actions. Ultimately, Sharon's tragic involvement in Heather's death was one of the most dramatic and unexpected twists in The Young and the Restless history, proving that sometimes the darkest secrets are hiding within the most unexpected people. The death of Heather Williams on The Young and the Restless was a masterfully executed plotline that kept fans on the edge of their seats for months. The mystery surrounding her death was filled with twists, turns, and shocking revelations, leading to the eventual and utterly unexpected discovery that Sharon Newman was the true killer. In typical Lie and R fashion, the aftermath of Heather's death was just as dramatic as the murder itself, as characters wrestled with guilt, regret, and the fallout from their actions. While Heather's death was a tragic loss, it ultimately served as a catalyst for some of the most unforgettable moments in the soap's long history.